Okay, as promised, I would show you all my haul from a lovely honored Soror C who gave me these books. She was an old friend, got me into ninjutsu in the 90s, and is turned over as she's retired some of her books. She kept the ones she still wanted and gave me the rest. And she was going to, an old imperator from Temple de Hootie wanted these ones, the Franz Wardens, or someone else did, or something like that. And I was like, no, I want those. And she's like, okay, so yay. And this was the old copy I had, the same edition I bought as a kid and worked through for many years religiously. So it's nice to actually have the same edition as the one I had stolen. I had all three books in this edition, and I'd love to have all three books in this edition again because I really think they're quite beautiful. But that was not in the cards. What was in the cards, however, was the older editions, which she had in hardcover. So this is a second U.S. edition, I believe. So it's weird because it's not well printed, actually, this old edition. It's got major flaws, like where the same print has been done over other text pages, making some of the pages impossible to read. But that's the nature of the game. So this is the original version, of course, was the German, as they were all in German first, and that was 56. And then the first English edition was 67 in Graz, Österreich, Austria. Used to be in love with a girl from Austria when I was young, in my teens. And then this edition is the 1970s West German English edition. That is so second English edition of the magical practice of evocation, which, is a very interesting and complex book. It is, none of his books are for beginners in any way, really. I mean, some of the stuff in this is, but it's mistitled. The German title is Der Weg zum wahren Adepten, The Way of the True Adept. It was seen as a book for someone who's already mastered some other stuff and needs to now master the true way of the adept. But this title makes beginners think it's good for them, and it sort of is. I mean, it shows how serious you should take these exercises, a lot of them. So that's awesome. And very, very good. And then there is the third in the series, and this is, again, even an older edition than this one. This is the A. Goes for a bit more now, eh? This is Kabbalah. I love how the earliest English editions didn't even spell Kabbalah right. This is the first English edition. Second English edition. Yeah, maybe. It's hard to tell, actually, because it's not clear. First German edition, 57. Second, anyway. Some of you don't care about that. Anyway, it's his Kabbalah book. So there we go. And I was also lucky enough to not need to replace this. I never wanted to buy a new one of these. That's good. So she gave me her one of these. That's awesome. And I've already put it to use with the magical motto and gematria analyses. Some John Michael Greer stuff, which is always fun. Always fun. And a old copy of Clairvoyance by C.W. Leadbeater, and this is a very old one. I was doing some of this on the podcast for a bit from a different edition of it that Chris Bennett had, so it's cool to have my own little edition, though I did have an edition I left in California that I found at a used bookstore there. This is another interesting one. This is Mystics at Prayer. It's a Rosicrucian Amwork publication book, I believe. Amwork. I haven't gotten to go through these all myself, but yeah, it's just a collection of prayers and words by great mystics, and very, very cool. So Thomas à Kempis, Friend of God, Nicholas de Cusa, Saint Teresa of Avila, Tauler, Dante, little Sufi invocation, awesome, very beautiful. And this is the very super awesome Sefer Yetzirah from the first English translation thereof in 1877. And what's amazing about this edition is it's not interlinear, but it's side by side, and that is just the coolest thing you could ever want, which is great. So this is very timely and beautiful, since we're going to be doing some Kabbalistic study this autumn. Probably be beginning with a gematria lesson